brought them to our place. So this one, I was so shocked that this went over so big with even young children. It's a cauliflower soup. I mean, kids are about as excited about cauliflower as broccoli. They're like, whatever. Has it got a lot of cheese on it? Maybe. But this one was a huge hit with every age. So it's a roasted garlic, roasted cauliflower soup. Couldn't be easier. It freezes beautifully. So I got a lot going on here. Let me back up a bit. I'm just going to put a lid on this and sweat these onions a bit. Just going to tighten that screw a bit. I'm going to sweat those onions, and I'll tell you what we're doing over there first. But in life, you would start this recipe before you ever turn on the stove. You preheat the oven to 425. The first thing you do is roast an entire head of garlic or bulb of garlic for every one batch of soup. So if you're making a double batch, you need 2 of these, for instance. We're going to roast the garlic first. It's going to go for 425 for about 45 minutes. I just drizzle a little oil on it, make a tinfoil pouch, throw it in first. Next, I take 1 large or 2 medium head of cauliflower, and cut them into florets. I make some of them purposely little teeny tiny or nice and long and pretty because we're going to save these little bits. They're going to be kind of overcooked and extra crispy at the edges. We're going to garnish the top of our soup with this. The larger pieces we're going to roast and then puree in our soup. So we take a nice, fruity, good olive oil and douse the cauliflower. And the cauliflower is going to roast for 25 to 30 minutes. So garlic goes first. You chop up the cauliflower, add it to the oven right next to the garlic. Then I'm going to season this with white and black pepper. White pepper has a much different flavor, very earthy. A little nutmeg, always with cruciferous vegetables and anything that has dairy. In the end, this is delicious as is, but I do stir in a little bit of cream, like no more than half a cup, just to give it a creamy finish, but it's delicious as it is, and it'll have a creamy appearance before you ever add the cream. A little nutmeg, a little white pepper, salt, and black pepper. Goes to different taste buds in your mouth. So this guy goes in first, this guy goes in second. We've got some already working, but I'll throw a second batch in anyway. Get these guys going down here. Fine. Now, once that's roasting, you can move forward with the soup base. The base is in the pot here. See, I was sweating. I put the lid almost all the way over the top of my soup pot. I was sweating 1 large or 2 medium onions with a little salt and pepper in good olive oil in the bottom of our big soup pot. To this, we're going to add parsley stems and some thyme. When I bring parsley home from the store, I throw it in the sink, I wash it, I pull all the tops off, I use those in salads and cooking, and I save all the stems for soups and stock. Throw your parsley stems and your thyme into the pot. 1 large fresh bay leaf, or dried if you have some in the pantry, but fresh bay leaves last for weeks, and the flavor is really much more floral and lighter. And this is an essential. You throw the rind in and the whole soup pot, or make a risotto or something. Now everything will taste like Parmigiano. You throw the rind in there, and then you have to add acidity to, I think, all things in life, but especially soup. So acidity could be a little lemon juice at the finish, or it can be a little bright, crisp wine. I like Sauterne for this. Or if you have Pinot Grigio, is very popular. A little bit of wine, let the wine cook out a bit and bubble off. And then I add an entire quart of chicken stock, or if you'd like this to be vegetarian, of course, vegetable stock. A quart of stock, and if you like a thinner soup, add 2 cups of water. If you like a thicker soup, start with just the quart of stock. I'm going to let this wine reduce a bit. I'm going to add the whole quart of stock, and this is going to be cooking away while that's roasting, and then we're going to marry everything. When we come back, we're going to talk about our bruschetta and some toppings for this soup when we come back.